Students, good morning. Now we are going to study about packaging of DNA helix. Now chromosomes are carriers of these, which are responsible for various characters from generation to generation. The DNA as a nucleide is organized into long loops held by protein. DNA of prokaryotes is at almost circular and loop lack chromatin organization, hence termed genome core. In eukaryotes, the organization is much more complex. Chromatin is formed by a series of repeating units called nucleosomes. Kornberg proposed a model for the nucleosome in which two molecules of four histones proteins H2A, H2B, H3, H4 are organized to form a unit of 8 molecules called histones octonium. The negatively charged DNA is wrapped around the positively charged histones atomium to form a structure called nucleosome. The histone atoms are in close contact and DNA is coiled on the outside of the nucleosome. Chromatin lacking H1 has a B8 on dash A dash string appearance in fixed DNA ends and leaves the nucleosome at random places. The chromatin fiber in interface nuclei and mitotic chromosomes have a diameter that vary between 200 to 300 nm and represent inactive chromatin 30 nm fiber arises from the folding of nucleosome chain into a selected structure having 6 nucleosomes per turn. In a typical nucleus, some regions of chromatin are loosely packed and are referred to as euchromatin. The chromatin that is tightly packed is called heterochromatin. Euchromatin is transcriptionally active and heterochromatin is transcriptionally inactive. Draw the diagram adaptation of DNA. DNA replication. Replication of DNA takes place during the S phase of cell cycle. During replication, each DNA molecule gives rise to two DNA strands identical to each other as well as to the parent strand. Three hypotheses of DNA replication have been proposed. They are conservative replication, dispersive replication, and semi-conservative replication. In conservative replication, the original double helix serves as a template. The original molecule is preserved intact and an entirely new double-stranded molecule is synthesized. In dispersive replication, the original molecule is broken into fragments and each fragment serves as a template for the synthesis of complementary fragments. Finally, two new molecules are formed which consist of both old and new fragments. Semi-conservative replication was proposed by Watson and Crick in 1953. This mechanism of replication is based on the DNA model. They suggested that the two polynucleotide strands of DNA molecule unwind and start separating at one end. During this process, covalent by hydrolyzed bond are broken. The separated single strand then act as template for the synthesis of a new strand. Subsequently, each daughter double helix carries one polynucleotide strand from the parent molecule that acts as a template and the other strand is newly synthesized and complementary to the parent strand. See the diagram, semi-conservative DNA replication. Then, experimental proof of DNA replication. The mode of DNA replication was determined in 1958 by Michelson and Schall. They designed an experiment to distinguish between semi-conservative, conservative and dispersive replicating. The heavy culture was grown in a medium in which the nitrogen source contained the heavy isotope 15N, and the light culture was grown in a medium in which the nitrogen source contained light isotope 14N for many generations. The bacterial DNA in the heavy culture contained only 15N, and in the light culture only 14N. The heavy DNA could be distinguished from light DNA with a technique called cesium chloride density gradient centrifugation. See the diagram. Michelson and Schall experiment to support semi-conservative mode of DNA. Then replication. The heavy culture was then transferred into a medium that had only ammonium chloride and took samples at various definite time intervals. After the first replication, they extracted DNA and subjected it to density gradient centrifugation. After the second replication, they again extracted DNA samples and this time found the DNA settling into two bands, one at the light band position and one at the intermediate position. This result confirmed Watson and Crick semi-conservative replication hypothesis. The enzyme and mechanism of replication. In prokaryotes, replication process requires three types of DNA by polymerases. DNA polymerase 1, 2 and 3. DNA polymerase 3 is the main enzyme involved in DNA replication. DNA polymerase 1 and DNA polymerase 2 are involved in DNA repair mechanism. Eukaryotes have 5 types of DNA polymerases that catalyzes the polymerization of nucleotides at the tertiary OH of the new strand within a short period of time. Replication takes place faster at the same time accurately. Any error will lead to mutation. However, replication errors are corrected by repair enzyme such nucleases. Deoxynucleotide triphosphate act as substrate and also provides energy for polymerization reaction. Replication begins at the initiation site called the site of origin of replication. In prokaryotes, there is only one origin of replication, whereas in eukaryotes, with the giant DNA molecules, there can be several origins of replication, since the two strands of DNA cannot be separated throughout at a time. The replication occurs within a small opening of the DNA helix called as replication pore. Unwinding of the DNA strand is carried out by DNA helicase. Thus, in one strand, replication is continuous and is known as the leading strand, while in the other strand, replication is discontinuous, known as lagging strand. The discontinuously synthesized fragments of the lagging strand are joined by the enzyme DNA ligase. See the diagram showing a replication 4. As they move away in both directions, newly synthesized complementary nucleotides are paired with the existing nucleotides on the parent strand and covalently bonded together by DNA polymerase. Formation of new strand ligase, a primer for initiation. The primer produces tertiary OH and the sequence of ribonucleotides to which deoxyribonucleotides are added. The RNA primary is ultimately removed, leaving a gap in the newly synthesized DNA strand. It is removed from 5H and one by one by the exonuclease activity of DNA polymerase. Finally, when all the nucleotides are in position, gaps are sealed by the enzyme DNA ligase. At the point of organ of replication, the helicases and topoisomerases unwind and pull apart the strands, forming a Y-shaped structure called as replication 4. The enzyme DNA polymerase can only catalyze the addition of a nucleoside to the new strand in the 5H to 3H direction. Transcription. The process of copying genetic information from one strand of DNA into RNA is termed as transcription. This process takes place in presence of DNA-dependent RNA polymerase in some retrovirus that contain RNA as the genetic material, example HIV. The flow of information is reversed. RNA synthesis DNA by reverse transcription, then is transcribed into messenger RNA by transcription and then into protein by translation. The gene product, whether protein or RNA molecules, must be made. The RNA that carries genetic information encoding a protein from genes into the cell is known as messenger RNA. For a gene to be transcribed, the DNA is a double helix must be pulled apart temporarily and RNA is synthesized by RNA polymerase. The nucleotide sequence in the RNA is complementary to the DNA template strand from which it is synthesized. If both the strands act as a template, they could code for RNA with the different sequences. This in turn would code for protein with the different amino acid sequences. This would result in one segment of DNA coding for two different proteins, hence complicate the genetic information transfer machinery. Two RNA molecules were produced simultaneously, double-stranded RNA complementary to each other would be formed. Thank you, children.